Oh yeah, and there was a big drama with the Spanish streamers.
Why?
Well, I think because they felt like the admins were against them.
Okay.
In a lot of ways, that I think a lot of it. I'm not gonna blame them too hard. I think a lot of it was like misinformation, like through the pipelines of information.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like if my entire chat's telling me that somebody's cheating and somebody links a clip out of context, right, of them cheating, and I
And then
tell my
that
entire team,
narrative
and
just
then I tell my entire
goes.
like 60-man team
Yup.
that they're cheating,
Yep.
and there's proof,
It's
whatever, and then
over.
it goes really bad,
Yeah.
it goes really bad, and I feel like that's kind of how it was with them. I feel like a lot of them weren't poor intention or ill intentioned, but it ended up that they were just fed more information, and they started mauling like there was even like a racism in a chat in the tournament chat.
Actually.
I mean, they called me racist out of the blue. They said I was like a woman hater because I typed puta in a note that you leave in a crate. So basically, you get items from a box, and for the box not to be able to respawn, you leave an item in it, right? So I left the last item. I put a note, and it says puta. And I think what they were thinking is that they said I was a woman hater because I typed puta to a girl in a tournament. But I'm like, dude, I just left a note in a box. Anybody could have picked it up,
Yep.
Like it just felt just weird. And
Is there a male version of that word, if that makes sense?
not really. And even if it is, like how it is with like female dynamics, like people will be like, that's like Chad. You're like Chad. Like if you go on like sleeping with a bunch of guys, you're something or something. But if you're like a guy, you do that, dude. You're such a fucking you're high body count Chad like God.
No, what I was saying is I think it's kind of like apparently you can say like puto. So I think because you said the female term
Oh
and
my.
then unlucky a girl picked it up, it looks that way. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, because Spanish from Latin, and then you go back to the French things where you have female and male versions of things.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I think that was just the one that he thought of. He didn't even know there was like a male term.
Is that how it is? Can anybody fluent in Spanish that can tell me if I'm right about this or not?
Yeah. A woman or man. Yeah.
Oh, then boom. Then I reverse engineered it. So I rehearsed all this entire skit off stream, so I would look like I didn't know on stream. But I'm pulling this off pretty well right now. Cleaning my PR today, boys.
You're welcome. You're
One
welcome.
clip at a time.
Oh my god.
Nah,
Okay, so
but,
travel's
yeah.
kind of whatever.
And then it just became weird because they got so mad that they became like anti-content and like anti-fun almost.
Oh.
And like like we
It's
couldn't
not the fun kind of banter.
yeah, because we couldn't compete anymore, right? And I would go like in town and I started gambling with scrap in the game, and they would like try to like interfere with it, and I'm like, dude, like I'm only in the tournament because the admins made this, right? And I don't want to be disrespectful to Twitch rivals and just leave
By
and everybody
leaving,
leaves.
yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm gonna just stay in here and just
try to
do
do
my own
something
content
fun,
and try to enter
yeah.
into my chat. And they were like trying to like ruin that, and I'm like, dude, you just
How
ruined
were
the
they
event.
ruining your gambling?
They would like go in front of me and stack and steal my scrap and like they just came there just to intentionally just grief my fucking gambling session. It was just kind of like, dude, you're ruining it, and it was just not fun. They were just like unfun, dude. And I think that was kind of lame. And at the end of the day, like, I think people were very sour about it. I don't know if you, I know this guy's still posted a video about it, but I didn't watch it. But it just kind of cringe, like.
Yeah, I think it was like while I was out of town, so I didn't really know what was going on. I just heard about a bunch of drama, and I'm like, for rivals?
Yeah, it's odd.
But I
Especially
think
since
I
it's
get it
tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so I did not enjoy it at all. I'm not being honest. I always thought that was so lame, and also the fact that something that Menno said that I agree with. They had a bunch of streamers that are like smaller, right? And they were like trying hard, even if they don't know much about Rust. They were like getting food, farming all day, and they were like on the grind for like no viewers because they were so happy that they got into the tournament. Like they stream for years, they have no viewers, and they finally reach a certain point where they get they invited to like a 40-man event, and they try to go hard on their like
Yeah.
on being participated, and they're just getting shit on by everybody. And
Wait,
their
they're getting
leader,
shit on why? Or what do you mean?
well, they're just like their leaders or whatever are tomorrow we're not gonna show up, and there's like a big prize pool and whatever. So there's a lot of like clout and money on the line, and all the smaller guys that have no say in it, they're just getting rolled by it. So they have like no chance of growing their channels from it, or having cool clips and cool fun events and cool times, or money. So now I was like, that's just kind of lame for these guys, you know?
Yeah, that does suck.
So,
I think in general, Rivals kind of has that issue where like there's such a large spectrum of like playing for fun and content and then trying really fucking hard, and like where do you draw that line and balancing around all that?
yeah,
So I feel like Rivals events can be really hit or miss because of that.
yeah. It's why I like tryharding with tryhards that don't
Oh
main
my
the
god.
game they're playing.
No, we need to talk about this.